Pastor Prakich, I'm really so excited to have you join us on our podcast. This is our wilsonlining.com leadership podcast. And Pastor Prakich has been a pastor, a regional pastor. He's been involved in a lot of ministries actually over the years. And one of the things is you went to UK and you became the senior pastor of our church in Leeds. And you led it for probably about 10 years.
10 years.
And recently you have gone back to Thailand and now you are taken on the role as Director General of the Bible Society of Thailand. And I'm sure in all these roles that you have taken, you've had to come into a group, an organization that was existing, that had existing way of doing things, and culture. I'd love to find out what were some of the things you faced in coming to the culture, and I'm sure you went about trying to change some of this culture. What are some of the challenges that you face in trying to do this?
Yes. Before I took over the church in Leeds, actually the church existed for quite a few years already, but there was a need for the church to, to have someone take over and lead the church, and I was the one. And when I came in, I was the church was predominantly Filipinos, and I was the only Thai person in there. So I think in order to come into a new church or organization like Thailand Bible Society, to come back to Thailand, I also had to adjust because living in Europe for so long, I mean, your mindset, the way you do things were also different. So I think it could be daunting. Yeah, daunting for various reasons. You don't know what reaction you would expect from people. Also, you're also not sure whether something new you're going to bring into the church would work or not, or the organization. So I think the first thing that you need to have is you need to be secure. You need to have that security in God, knowing that it is God who leads you into that situation. For me, I have that security. I knew that it was God. It was not me who took the initiative to do that, though I was willing. Yes. So I got that conviction. I got that security. To me, that's the foundation before you would do other things. And then when you come in, you share your dream or the dream that God has given to you, your conviction. I remember that when I was in Hope Leeds, many things that were not new to me were new to people in the church. For example, church planting, mission. For example, mentoring. Yeah. And I remember because in those years, I had a lot of mission trips. So each time I came back, before my sermon, before my preaching, I would take a few minutes to share, my experience in church planting. So I kept sharing and sharing and sharing. It took a few months before some people would get curious or would get interested to try. Then I gathered those people and we just went to some nearby towns.
So could I say that you were intentional perhaps in sharing your mission stories? Because you were trying to change something in their culture?
Correct, yes. Because I think people in my church, just like in many churches, mission or church planting is for leaders or pastors. But I believe that everyone can be involved, not just can be involved, must be involved because it's a great commission of Jesus Christ. So I took people out to the mission field and in the first few times, they just observed me. I did the talking, I did the Q&A, preaching, and then slowly I just challenge some people in my team to come in to contribute just something simple, just share some simple story. They didn't have to preach or do something big. Then after that, when they came back from mission trip, they got so excited. I got them to share testimony. I did the same with mentoring as well. Yeah, I got some of my mentees to give testimony. So after a few months, we found that more people were interested to join the mission trip. And finally, we could plant a church. Yeah. So I think you dream together with them, you inspire them, you share your story, and then you get them to share their story.
Yeah.
Okay, so slowly the culture of the church changed in Leeds. Okay, and once you could see something happen, you celebrate together. Yeah, Filipinos, really enjoy eating. So we came together at the pastor's house, we celebrate together. So these are some of the few things that I did. It might sound that, oh, it's so simple, it's easy. It's not easy. It took years.
Yeah.
So you have to be firm, you have to be secure. I'm not saying you have to be harsh. I'm not saying that you don't listen to what your people say. But if you really believe that that is what God has called you to do, you have to be firm.
So as I'm hearing you, you're saying, first of all, you got to have a vision for it,
Yes.
whatever that you see ought to be part of the culture.
Yeah.
And then you start talking about it,
Yeah.
doing it,
Yes.
bringing others along
Yeah.
continuously,
Yeah.
and celebrating it
Yes.
as well,
Yeah.
so that they really see it, they experience it, they
Yeah.
feel it, and it's kind of propagated because
Yes.
through the celebrations.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And I can see actually now that I'm here in UK and having heard and met with some of the people from the church in Leeds, I can see that heartbeat, the very heartbeat. And in fact, they just celebrate the fact that they've started a new church plant.
Yeah.
So that's really incredible. Can you tell us, therefore, how about when you went to the Thailand Bible Society? Of course, it's a different thing again.
Yeah.
It's a more work environment, although obviously very Christian.
Yeah.
What were some of the things that you
Yes, I have to admit that there were things that I did that worked. And then there were also things that maybe it's my mistake that I made. Yeah. As I mentioned, definitely I'm Thai, but I live in Europe so long. So when I went back to Thailand, first of all, I had to be self-aware of the fact that, okay, the culture that I learned here, the way we work here, or things that we implemented here might be different. We cannot do it in the same way. So I observed people first. I did not just come in and just, say you have to do this, this, this. No. And I got to know people in the society even before I came back to Thailand. I had a Zoom call with all the departmental heads. Yeah, all of them. I asked them some questions like, how did you feel being in the society? What was your observation? If there is something.
When you say society, you mean the
Bible Society,
the Bible
Thailand
Society,
Bible
yes.
Society. Yeah. Which is our organization. So if there is one thing that you can change, or if you wish to change to see improvement, what would it be?
Yeah.
Then I learned to know what they think, right? And I learned to walk along with them. Yeah. So this is what I did in the beginning. Another thing that I did quite a lot was training. Yeah. I realized that sometimes, especially for an organization that has been there for so long, there were traditions, there were routines, and people were happy keeping the routine. And sometimes they forgot about the aim, why they did what they do, and whether it is still relevant to the time. So I came in, I did a lot of training. I did English training because we are a global organization, so we had to connect with our colleagues from other countries. I taught them how to write emails, wording that they would use. I taught them how to write even Thai, draft good, Thai. So I did the strategic work and also some of the operational work. Yeah. So I think they they did not just learn some new things, but they also maybe feel bonded with me, that I really come and help them. That helps improve trust and relationship. Yeah. Something that I said earlier, I said could be a mistake, was I came in the first few months, then I just share my dream, my vision. I say that I want to see change. So some people just took it. I don't know, maybe wrongly, like,
They say
oh, you know, you're
gonna
new.
upend everything.
Yeah, you're gonna come and then you're gonna bring change. So then I learned that, okay, I have to be careful. Yeah, to make sure that the wording that I use wouldn't cause misunderstanding.
Yeah. So now, you did some of the things, but maybe was there one or two culture that you changed the culture way they did certain things?
Yeah. For example, I because I have so many roles. I mean, the role in the Thailand Bible Society, also the roles in HIM, HIM International, HIM Europe, HIM Bangkok. So I have to be very organized. I, for example, I ask everyone to do the weekly plan, weekly evaluation. They have to submit it on Friday, before they go home. Yeah, so I I bring in a lot of structure. So I think this is maybe something new to my staff. And then there are some of the key things in the Bible societies like communication. When I say communication, I mean like letters, newsletters, something on the website. I know that for the new generation, the younger one in Thailand, they are so much into how it looks good, whether it looks good, whether the wording is attractive, how about the font. So I ask them to submit everything. They have to go through me first. So this is not negative. I hope they enjoy it because I come down to help them. But I have to say that to them, this is also new. That now the process is not that short. Now it's longer. But now they can see the fruits. Yeah, there is a lot of improvement in our communication, in our media. Yeah.
That's good. So it sounds like what you did in the church was somewhat different from what you in implementing the culture.
Yeah.
Because maybe you didn't have to show so much, but you have to be clear what you were looking at, and I guess win them over to the changes that you're making.
Yeah.
So as a result of making those sort of changes, has things improved a lot? Or?
Yes, I cannot take all the credits, but if you just look at the result after we got the first year evaluation together with the board of trustees, and they were very pleased, and they said that they have seen a lot of improvement in Thailand Bible Society. So I really thank God for that.
I guess that's a question I could ask because often people face this. Thinking about it, is that when you're trying to make some changes in the culture, there are times when you might face resistance.
Yes.
What would be some of the things you would do to work with or deal with, address some of these challenges?
Yeah, I think I have two sides of this. On the one hand, I'm very pastoral. I believe I'm very gracious to people. On the other hand, I'm very principle-led. So if someone doesn't want to follow, I don't want to say rules, but guidelines, and they don't listen, of course, I would have to talk to them. So after a few months, one of my staff member left because he refused to change. And actually, until now, he's attacking me behind me. I heard it from different people that he was attacking me, talking bad behind my back. But this is just a part of life. If you do something good, you have to go through it.
Not everybody likes change. Not everybody like to be able to adapt something.
Correct. But thank God the majority are still there, and I can see that they love it. I can see that they get motivated, even more motivated. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they're looking for this. So I'm very happy. Yes.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for sharing with us, Prakich. It's been wonderful. You've done some fantastic work in the churches, in the Thailand Bible Society. It's been incredible. Thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you.
God bless.
God bless.